Hello everyone, and welcome back to Harvest Moon Wonderful Life Special Edition. This is Showboat, and... oh boy. Today... we're gonna attempt to do another 2 days, I think. First off, we're gonna sleep and not save. Yeah, it's only 7:08 p.m. Whatever. Don't care. Do not care, do not care, do not care. So theoretically I'm still sick, it's just that I am feeling a little bit better compared to yesterday, and yesterday I felt better compared to the day before, so it's slowly dying down. The only thing is, last night was very dry air, apparently, so my throat is quite dry and a little bit sore this morning. Ugh. Feels terrible. But throughout the day yesterday, my throat felt fine, so it's like, what's going on here? That was the feeling. It's like, what? Why? Eat the thing. Thank you. Alrighty then. Moving right along with our morning chores. Let's do this. Whew. So, what's been going on lately? Well, yesterday, for me, which was, yesterday was Friday for me. So, on Friday, I was feeling a bit better for the majority of the day. The only problem was, yesterday was a big sneezing day. Yeah, that's how I can put it. Yesterday was a day of sneezing. And, just blowing my nose. That's the thing. Blowing my nose constantly, all day, yesterday. That was the very definition of what I did yesterday. For the most part. But I did feel well enough at one point later on in the day when I got this seemingly uncontrollable urge to clean. Well, I say to clean, but it was more really to get organized. More organized, I should say. So what I did was I cleared out the bottom of my bed. Like, under my bed. I cleaned out a lot of Amazon boxes from under there. There was a lot of Amazon boxes that I had broken down with the intent to use later for moving, but you know that they say never reuse a box, because it is far more likely to break, and I'd rather not have my boxes break on me. So yeah, I did that. I cleared out basically the entirety of underneath my bed. It was like an hour and a half, something like that, of going under there, literally crawling under my bed to get everything, all the trash and such that was underneath there. And I also sort of went through what was in my closet up above all of the main clothes hanger on a shelf that spans the whole of the closet. Went through some of the documents and things that were up in there. It was pretty interesting of a time. Of course, yesterday was my day off from streaming, my scheduled day off from streaming, so yeah, I had to figure out something else to do. And I also watched anime. That's what I did. I watched anime. I watched, what did I watch? I watched the remainder of the season of Ushio and Tora as one of the one of the last things that I watched. There was like the final seven or so, 6 or 7. No, it was episode 20 through 26 or something like that. The last set of 7. I don't even know why I'm picking all of these flowers at this point. I just am. So I watched that. Was slightly disappointed that they didn't actually end anything, and that the series itself, isn't going to continue until like April, the spring season. It's like, what? You're going to make us wait till the spring season to finish your series with one final set of 12 or 13 or something like that? It's like, what? Huh? This was confusing to me. Just like how they had ended a number of, it's just like how they ended in a few series this past fall season. Actually, no, this past summer season, saying that they'll come back in winter. It was like, what? But you're only like, you're not even through the whole of the story yet. It's like you never ended. So it's like, ugh, frustrating whenever that happens. So what else did I watch? I watched the remainder of Comet Lucifer. That's what I watched. Disappointing, I'd say, towards the end for that one. I didn't like where they went with it towards the end. It had a lot of potential for great things, but yeah, it sort of fell flat for me by the end. Granted, I should note that pretty much all these I'm watching at like 1.5 to 2 times the normal speed for time's sake. And then what else did I watch? Any other series yesterday? I completely forget if I watched anything else yesterday. See, this is the point where it's like I've watched so many things, some of the things I just completely forget about. So, Comet Lucifer and Ushio and Tora, those were like the big 2, I think. What else would I have watched yesterday? I don't know. There's also the fact that my memory is just terrible because of the illness, I would assume. So it would be under... Let's see, I don't think I watched anything else, but I will check. Just, like, remind myself of everything that I have been watching as I go through the list here, looking at things. Yeah, I think it was just those 2 yesterday. If I'm not completely mistaken. There's nothing here. I am saddened. I am saddened. But I guess I'll mention the ones I had been watching lately, just as a recap. I've watched Aria the Scarlet Ammo AA, Beautiful Bones, Comet Lucifer, of course, that was the other one, Concrete Revolutio. That was the other one. Yes, that was the other one I finished watching yesterday. Oh my god, that show is awful. It's just straight up awful. I just no. Just no. That's my response to Concrete Revolutio. Just no. Whoever wrote that story was high. Let's see. So then, the other ones I'd watched, Fafner Exodus. That was the other day. Hackadol, Hot Spring Fairy, Akone-chan. Yeah, those were a long time ago. Lance and Masks. That was the other day. I need to sleep. Asterisk War. That was the other day as well. And then Ushio and Tora. And there's one other one. Showman Sample. Or I was abducted by an elite all-girls school as a sample commoner. Or Showman Sample for short. Yeah, I actually watched that show. It was odd. I watched it at about 3 to 4 times speed, but I did watch it. I need coffee now. On to day 2. Well, not really day 2, but on to the evening of day 1. That's what I had been watching. There's still several more that I need to watch. It's like, oh my goodness, there's so much. There's so much I need to watch. It's so freaking annoying. But I'm down to like 20-ish hours of content left. Of the of what I would consider the fall season. Frustrating at times. I haven't even completely gone through all of the stuff that's airing for the winter season, or has already started airing. Like, I know a few shows are starting back up from the summer season. I think Gate's supposed to start up again, maybe? Uh-oh. Haha! Haha! So, this is the exact reason why I save before going to bed. This is the exact reason. So, at this point, I have to completely stop recording so that I can reset, and I will be back soon. Alright, we're back! We're back! And it's just before I went to sleep, so we're just gonna go to sleep and we're gonna milk the cow again and go to bed to start day 2. Buzz. Alright, so I took the opportunity while away. For you, that was like less than a split second, I would assume, and then for me, it was more like several minutes, where I took the opportunity to have basically the last full dose of Dayquil that I have right now. If only to help relieve the throat and help clear out some of the lingering congestion. I do get allergies every morning, so let's not forget about that. Even when I'm sick, I will still have the allergies as part of a thing that happens in the morning. So yeah, there is that as a slight problem. So now we actually get to sleep and go to day 2. Oh, and while I was thinking about it, I think I didn't mention one show in particular when I was listing the shows. The one I didn't mention, I think, was Chivalry of a Failed Knight. I don't know why I would forget that one of all the shows that I had watched already. Don't know why I would forget that one, especially when I mentioned Asterisk War, because those two are basically the same show. They're basically the same. When it comes right down to it. Yawn. Yes, I'm up early. Of course I'm up early. I'm up at the same time you are. I wish there was like an actual scene if you get up at the exact same time. Like a special scene if you get up at the same time. That's much faster than this one. So it seems this sapling's already sprouted. That's really nice. Da, 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 da. Water the thing. Also, I should check the food level for the ducks. I think by now it should be running low, if not gone. Running low, or low-ish. Running low-ish. Eat the thing. So I think needless to say, because of this illness, I haven't actually been working on my research as I had planned to. I've been busy recovering and all that nonsense that people say that they're doing when they're sick. Granted, I have actually been sick, and I have actually been fatigued because of it, and I've been taking NyQuil, which only makes you even more fatigued, so yeah, there is that. It's just that these past, well, Friday in particular was the day that's scheduled specifically such that I have the opportunity to do a longer stretch of time for research. So, yeah, there is that. Why haven't you been eating? Oops, wrong button. I'm assuming she's gonna eat. Maybe. Fodder, wherefore art thou fodder? Yeah, I don't know why she hasn't been eating. Maybe it's because she's stuck? I don't know. Maybe they're stuck. That might be a thing. They might be stuck. I wonder if that, yes, that reset them. And see, she ate. First thing. Don't you love games at times? Those two cows got stuck inside of each other. Quite literally. Come on, horse. Let's do this. Let us do this. I mean, I have worked a little bit on it. But seeing as how my intention for the whole of my vacation was to get an actual skeleton of my entire paper written, fully written, so that I only had to do editing. It's definitely far from that. Far, far from that. It's not like I've done nothing, but it's nowhere near what I had intended to get done. Which is always what ends up happening, granted. You're never able to do what you intend to do. Because, I mean, when I was at home, my intention was to work on my research for a big part of that, but instead I was busy working on my room to prepare for an impending move, you know? It was rather important. So, yeah, I don't know. The next big day that I have to work on research is Martin Luther King, Monday. That's the next big day that I have off from streaming, and B will actually hopefully be well enough to actually get stuff done. As for every other day of the week, I technically do have a stretch of time devoted towards doing research, and that time is the time after I finish this recording for this very set of videos, this series. Basically, what happens is I get up, I eat, get my coffee set up, get this set up to record it, get it to rendering, and work on my research until I eat lunch, and then at 1 o'clock will be when I stream. That's like my schedule for weekends, technically. As I drink more coffee. That's like supposed to be the weekend schedule, and it's the schedule I've run this past week because I had the time, because those were days off. Moving forward, I'll only be having these types of days on Saturdays and Sundays, where I do the actual streaming. But every day I get up, I eat, and I record. Every day. Regardless of what I do later on in the day, every day I get up, I eat, I record, and then I do research, actually. Except for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays of starting next week, where I'll have classes. Yeah, when I have classes again, I won't be able to have the same sort of schedule. It's slightly different, but it is scheduled. I do have to sneak in an advisor meeting somewhere in my schedule that would last an hour. But I'm going to make that on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'd rather not have it on a Monday or Friday, because those I consider days off, even though I work on research on those days. Ugh. So what have I actually done with my research? Well, I've taken my old research notes file, and I've sort of been adding to them and rewriting them such that there will come a time... Actually, I don't think I ate. I might not have. I don't remember, so we'll eat again. There will come... I wrote it in such a way so that when I am putting together the final paper, I can just cut and paste from this document into the final paper, because this document is notes ordered by slab, so it's per sample. So I have my notes about each sample written out as categorized by each sample, but when I go to write the paper, it won't be categorized by sample. it is because it's a systematics paper, taxonomy sort of thing, so it's going to be ordered by ichnotaxa, essentially. So it's going to be systematics, it's going to be ordered by genera and species in alphabetical order. So there'll be like systematics, there'll be descriptions of the genera with like brief history and all that for each genera that's there. And then the systematic description of everything. Actually, horse should be inside of the thingy over here. And then there's and then at the end there's this section of remarks for each of those ichnogenera with each of their ichnospecies. And in those remarks is where I put down the stuff that's currently written in the in my notes for the slab samples. So it's just I copy and paste, say this sample has this ichnogenera, and this is what I had to say about this ichnogenera or ichnospecies for this sample. It's just copy paste straight from my notes. And honestly, that's like the biggest part of the paper is what you actually have. So getting all of that written out now is a really big part of the actual paper itself. Granted, there's still going to be a lot of writing. Oh my goodness. Getting the history behind each of the ichnogenera will be a chore. I'm going to overwrite this one just because. However, doing that is essentially the same as doing a research report, so that can be done. Except it's like doing I don't know, 15, 16 research reports all in one paper. So yeah, there is that. Finish saving, go to sleep until the evening. And each of those, also I report like measurements as part of the systematic descriptions. So fortunately I already have all my measurements, like they're in an Excel file, so it's like I just pull that from an Excel file and just type it up. That's like mainly what I'll have to do is just I need to type up these things as the biggest part. Did it work? Did it work? Did it really, really work? It better have. Yes, eat. Do your animation to eat. Then let me milk you. How much money do I have, by the way? Over 40,000, I know. Oh, 34. Okay. Interesting. Oh, right, it was over 40, but then I got the Miracle Potion, which was 5,500. Miracle Potion was 5,500 on us! Oh, well. I need to, water this doohickey again. Cannot forget to water the doohickey. I'm actually going to have to start using the the categories to quickly get to stuff because it's getting annoying cycling through everything that I own. It's in my bag. So yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, and I also need to write my geological setting section, which that's again a research report in and of itself for geological setting, and it's another research report in and of itself for the taxonomy and ichnotaxonomy that has already been done in the area and in similar areas. Those are all research reports in and of themselves, so yeah, there is that to work on, but hey, it'll get done. I have... my goal is within the next 4 months to finish, to do all of that. All that in 4 months, yeah, that sounds like a plan. I have up to 6. Really up to 7. But I want all of it done in 4. So I'm going to save. We're going to end things off here with that. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Showboat, and I shall see you all on the next one.